Welcome to the staging post at Longreach in Queensland. Now, I came here for the Qantas Founders Museum, but I did need a place to stay for the night. And for £85 or 160 Australian dollars, this little cabin by the staging post had me covered for the night. And it was a real outback experience for me, having come halfway around the world. So there's this little kitchen and dining area, which obviously you are able to prepare your own stuff. It comes fully supplied. The room is actually quite spacious, or at least I found it that way for, just being me. There's this nice area where I was able to hang up my clothes for the evening when I wasn't using it. And as you can see, they kept the theme going for the room, which gave it this lovely aesthetic. And that air conditioner came in handy because it was peaking at 40 degrees when I was out in Longreach in the height of summer, which probably explains why I ended up with a nose sunburn after leaving. The bathroom area was probably the most modernised bit, and there was this nice bit of netting to keep bugs out. And of course, I know this is a big issue in parts of Australia. Yes, there's a nice little grate to stop creepy crawlies from trying to get up through the shower. There's this nice little cupboard if you want to store anything for the bathroom if you're doing an extended stay. I was there for one night, so I didn't really need to use it. And the place very, very kindly offered some soaps and lotions and shampoos. There are two locations for accommodation at the staging post. I happen to have one of these cabins, which is located right out the back of the main entrance and reception, because they offer Outback experience bookings as well as obviously accommodation. So this is the dining and eatery area, which is used apparently for various events and for guests. However, I didn't require the use of that during my trip. I sourced food and drink elsewhere. There is a little souvenir shop just opposite the check-in area, and I have to admit I was able to get myself a nice little souvenir while I was there. And apparently these vintage cars are used by the person who actually owns the staging company business, which I think is actually pretty cool. So hey, if you're staying and he's happy to give you a lift, you might get a ride in a vintage car. The guy who checked me in very, very kindly offered to give me a lift to the Qantas Founders Museum when I was done at the staging post. In terms of food and drink, I did source myself a few bits and bobs from a supermarket. As you can see, location-wise, it's great for the main town. It's on the main highway and high street rather. And of course, I was able to visit the prime location in Longreach, the Qantas Founders Museum, before I flew out the following afternoon. Overall, pretty good with my experience. Very impressed with the value I paid, and I'm going to give this a very solid 10 out of 15.